You've learned a language for years but still cannot speak. If that's the case, then this is the video for you. Hi, I'm Ting. Welcome to my channel. As a language learner of 4 languages, I've been receiving a lot of messages and comments about how to improve speaking skills. Take my English as an example. I know that I don't sound like a native speaker, but when I'm talking to a native speaker, some might think that I've been living there for years or I've been studied abroad so that I can speak the language fluently. But the truth is, I've never lived in an English-speaking country. So how to speak fluently without living there? Here, I'd like to share 3 practices that everyone can do at home easily to improve your spoken English, Japanese, Spanish, or whatever target language that you're learning. I call them 10 minutes practice series. Practice 1. 10 minutes imitation. Actually, those doesn't have to be exactly 10 minutes. If you have more time, you can prolong it to 20-30 minutes. If you find it too hard at the beginning, you can shorten that to 5 minutes. For the imitation part, step 1, pick material that you'd like to imitate. It could be basically anything. Podcasts, movies that you like, series, speech. That would be a good choice, but of course it's really up to you. Choose one part or episode of around 10 minutes. It needs to be around your level or maybe a little bit higher. Step 2. Get every word, phrase super clear to be able to understand everything. Write down the phrase, words part that you don't understand first in a notebook and then figure it out later. These 2 steps are basically the preparation. Step 3. Listen carefully and imitate sentence by sentence. As I always say, if we want to learn to speak, we need to listen carefully first. It's very different from reading a paragraph. What we need to do is to copy exactly what we hear. This includes the tone of voice, intonation, liaisons, everything. As if we are the actor, actress, the speaker. Do it as many times as we want until we fully imitate it. Step 4, record. Record a video or maybe just sound recording to double check the results. Only by doing this we can spot the problems. And make improvements.
If you find it boring, we can do dubbing. There are so many applications having this function.
Cesta y los hundían en el agua. Lo siento. Sí, los metían en una cesta y los hundían en el agua.
The Japanese one I'm using, there are actually so many animation for dubbing practice.
だから滝の勘違いっすよ。
本当にこの場所なの？まさか。だから滝の勘違いっすよ。違う。間違いない。この校庭、周りの山、この高校だってはっきり覚えてる。そんなわけねえだろ。3年前に何百人が死んだあの災害。滝だって覚えてるだろ。死んだ？3年前に死んだ？まさか。だってあいつの書いたメモだってちゃんと。消えてく。
After 10 times of this imitation practice, I assure you that your oral skill will be upgraded to the next level. Practice 2, 10 minutes thinking. That means set up a time a day to force yourself think in the language that you're learning only. I got messages asking how I switch those languages so fast. Está bien de hablar en español, nihongo de mo zenzen daijoubu dashi. People are asking, what language am I using in my mind? Some find it hard to switch because they're actually thinking in Chinese. What they do is, they have a Chinese sentence in the mind and then translate it into the target language. Of course, it takes time. My answer to that question is, every time when I use a language, my brain will switch to that mode. It's turning to a point that I don't have to make efforts of the switch. It's just automatically working. But before reaching to that point, we need to practice to think in that language. So how do it? In this period of time, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you only can think in that way. You see something, what come up in your mind is the English word, Japanese word, whatever, of that thing. And then when trying to think about an event, a consequence, a conversation, you also think in that language. Let's say if we forget a word, but that also happens in our daily life, in our mother tongue language, we forget something. Then we use synonym or we try to express it in a different way. So just do it, the same thing. Even if we want to look up a word in a dictionary, use the one with the same language. By doing so, we would be more accustomed to the target language, step by step be fluent in expressing ourselves without a pause. This is just like building another personality. We are processing information, we use this English mode, Japanese mode, or other mode to deal with it. This personality will grow bigger and bigger, and we will get used to think in this way. Factor 3, 10 minutes role play. Find a native speaker to practice sounds like a cliche, but it's something you cannot get rid of. I've mentioned in the previous video about the apps that we can use to find native speakers as language partners. I would say better in person, but again, it doesn't have to be face-to-face. A video call or voice message will also do. But if our language skills is still low, then that's not recommended. Because if we cannot understand what the other party is saying or the conversation is really hard to continue, then it will be frustrating, right? In that situation, it would be so much better if we can find someone who can speak the target language as well as our mother tongue language for better communication and understanding. Another way is to talk to yourself in the mirror. Pick a topic each day, share the point of view, ask questions, and answer it by ourselves. It can keep going. That's probably quite suitable for beginners and introverts. That's all. Did you get it? But remember, the key to all language learning is persistence. After months or years, you're going to be thankful to the current you who's been putting efforts on it. Let me know what's more you want to know in the comments. See you!